What's going on? It is your boy Gifted Gamer 204 back at it again with another video. So if you're new to the channel, just subscribe, hit the like button, share the video. It'll help me out tremendously, as I'm trying to grow this small channel I got going on. um but yeah, let's get right into this. So this is some news coming out of WCCF Tech. Um so as you can read, the title says PlayStation 6 games taking full advantage of the hardware may take a while to release, as cross-gen period is likely to last a very long time. Here we go again. This sounds to me like the same thing is gonna happen again with when we had the PlayStation 4 transitioning to the PlayStation 5. Let's see what we got here. Uh During the latest episode of their weekly podcast, the tech experts at Digital Foundry commented on the next generation console by Sony, highlighting how, no matter what the system may offer, it will take some time to see games that take advantage of its hardware to the fullest, as the cross-generation period that will see games also releasing on PlayStation 5 will last a very long time. The length of the next cross-gen period will be caused by the cost of making software and the returns publishers expect from such investments. It wouldn't make any sense to release a AAA game that cost over 100 million to make two, okay, to make 1 or 2 million to early adopters in the first year. As such, we should expect games to also be released on the PlayStation 5 for a very long time. Well, that's true. I see what they're saying there. These AAA games cost a lot of money, and if you're only gonna be selling like 1 to 2 million, like the first year, um, you're not gonna be making your money back like that. But it also depends on your game. That that has a lot to do with it. Also, you know what I'm saying? You can't if you feel like you're making a great game, you have a great game in your hands. You gotta go for it. You can't be scared of what the outcome is gonna be. You just gotta make sure you make a great game. You make a good enough game that people are gonna gravitate to, and you're gonna sell, and you will sell copies of that game. Trust me. If we feel like the game is worth the money and is good, you made a good AAA game. Oh, it's gonna sell. It's going to sell because the gamers, we just want good games. We don't care about nothing else. Anything that goes on behind the scenes, we don't care about that. We want the games. So especially AAA games, you know, like recently AA games, and they've been the one that kind of been holding it down for a little bit because AAA games have been falling off. Due to the fact that what they're saying, they're spending a lot of money on AAA games, and so you can see why like they're hesitant and they're being scared to make AAA games because of it. They don't feel like they're gonna make the money back. All right, let's see what they said here. During this week's episode of the podcast, Digital Foundry also commented on the PlayStation 6 hardware, reiterating that while it's too early to be sure of anything, it's likely that the console will go all in AI powered features. The PlayStation 5 Pro, with its AI powered PlayStation PSSR upscaler, is likely being released to developers to get accustomed to AI features, which are likely going to be predominant in the next generation system, considering how the days of simply increasing GPU size to offer better visuals and performance at a reasonable cost seem to be over. Considering the limited GPU improvements the PS5 Pro has over the base model compared to the PS4 Pro over the base PS4. I find that weird because didn't they say that the PS5 Pro is gonna have like 45% more in terms of the GPU size? That they're working with. It was the CPU that they're only getting like 10% more. So I'm not too sure what to think about that, but this they're saying it right there. Like, this is what the PS5 Pro is, right? They are It's a testing ground. So what they're doing is with they going all in with the AI upscaler. So they getting the developers ready. So they coming out with the PS5 Pro. They giving them all they sent them the kits already. So they're all working on games with all these new features. So they get accustomed to it. So now fast forward when the PlayStation 6 comes out, they'll be prepared and they'll be ready. They'll know what to expect, but it's obviously going to be on a much, like a greater scale of things because the PS6 will be way more powerful than the PS5 Pro. So that's basically what PlayStation is doing. They're setting everything up for the next generation. So I don't know if when the PS6 comes out, I'm not too sure if they will stop making games for the PS5. Um, My guess is that they're not because they do have the PS5 Pro that they're just coming out with, and they don't have PS5 Pro titles. All they're PS5 titles, but they're Pro enhanced. So I don't see how. The only way I could see it is like they'll stop making games for the base, and all the games will just come out with PS5 Pro, and there will be no longer games for PS5, the base PS5. That's the only way I could see it. But I don't see Sony doing that. You know. Um. So I'm not sure right now. It's too early. This is the thing, and this is why I don't understand this. Like even if it's Digital Foundry, right? Like they're good. They're great at what they're great at, and that's breaking down the games. Like they'll take your game and they'll break it down to the T. They go at frame by frame, they'll go by it. You know what I'm saying? And they're great at that. But as far as making predictions, or is the PS5 Pro worth it? Should they even come out with a PS5 Pro? I'm not looking for their advice on that. You know what I'm saying? Like I go to their videos to see what they're talking about when it comes to the games and the frame rates of the games and things like that. To make sure like the developers are actually um giving us what they're telling that they're giving us. Like if they saying, "Oh, this game has 120 frames per second," I go to them to Digital Foundry and I see their breakdown on the game, and they'll let us know, "Oh yeah, this game really does have 120." You know what I'm saying? So that's what I go to them for. As far as this, like them guessing or them saying like what the PlayStation 6 could have, I'm not here for that. I'll make those decisions when more things start coming out about the PlayStation 6. It's way too early to be talking about the PlayStation 6 when we haven't even gotten our PlayStation 5 Pro yet. It's way too early. But as you can see, PlayStation is just getting all the developers ready. So we should be excited about that because that's what we want. We don't want them going from this generation, PlayStation 5. Let's say they didn't come out with the Pro, right? We don't want them going from the base PS5 to the new and improved PS6 with all this, PSSR, AI upscaler, and all that. That is gonna be brand new to the developers. So now what's gonna happen? Developers are gonna start having to get used to, working with the PSSR, getting you accustomed to it. That's all. There's gonna be the excuse across the board. I could see it already. Oh, we're not ready for. We wasn't used to it, so we still getting used to the whole PSSR thing and all that. So this is great because they're getting them used to it now. So by the time the PS6 come, they'll be ready to go, and there'll be no excuses for them to give us the great games that we deserve. You know. So yeah, so that's just my take on it. Let me see here. Yeah, I think that's the end of the article. As of now, nothing is known about the PlayStation 6 other than that it will be powered by AMD once again. Intel also bid to design the console but lost to AMD in 2022. because the company cannot settle on the price. So there you go. All right, that's all we know right now. So we shouldn't even be talking about the PlayStation 6. So I don't know why they made this video, but yeah, it is what it is. So this is just my thoughts. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, and yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. All right. Thanks for watching, man. Peace.